You ever wonder how the apps on your phone get these slick new designs almost overnight? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the technology that's making it all happen. Jetpack Compose. Think about it for a second. One day, you wake up and your favorite app has a massive redesign. Or a brand new app, something like Threads, just appears out of nowhere, fully formed. How in the world does that happen so fast? Well, the answer, and it's happening more and more, is this really revolutionary tech from Google. So what is this thing exactly? Well, to put it simply, Jetpack Compose is Google's modern, up-to-date toolkit for building the actual user interfaces you see in your Android apps. And listen, when Google slaps the word recommended on something, they really mean it. This isn't some side project they're toying with. This is the new standard. This is the future. Right, so to really get My Compose is such a huge deal, you've got to understand the core idea behind it. It's not just, a new set of tools. It's a completely different way of thinking about how to build what you see on your screen. Okay, so the old way, the imperative way, it was like giving a chef the super complex step-by-step recipe. You had to manually tell the system everything. Okay, find this button, now change its color, now go find this text box and update the words. It was so tedious and prone to errors. The new way, the declarative way, it's like just walking up and ordering the exact pizza you want. You simply describe what the screen should look like, and boom, Compose figures out all the steps to make it happen. It's a total game changer, seriously. So this new mindset, it really boils down to this simple, beautiful three-step loop. First, developers just describe the UI they want using simple functions. Second, Compose takes that description and builds the whole thing. And here's the magic part, right? The third step, as soon as any of the app's data changes, the UI automatically updates itself. No more going back and manually tinkering with every little thing. It just works. And as you can probably guess, this new declarative way of doing things leads to some absolutely incredible benefits. Not just for the developers, but ultimately for you, the person using the app. The whole process of building and updating apps becomes way simpler, way faster, and honestly, a lot more powerful than it ever was before. This all boils down to 4 huge advantages. First up, less code. I mean a lot less code, which means fewer places for bugs to hide. Second, it's way more intuitive. You're just describing what you want to see, not writing a long manual on how to build it. Third, it accelerates development like crazy, with cool tools like live previews that update instantly. And finally, it is incredibly powerful. You get full access to everything the Android platform can do, all the APIs, animations, the whole shebang. So when I say less code, you might be thinking, okay, like 10%, 20%? No. We are talking about a massive improvement. In some cases, developers are literally cutting the amount of UI code they have to write in half, 50%. And that's not just some made-up number I'm throwing at you. That comes straight from the source, from Google itself, after they rewrote their own huge Google Play Store app using Compose. They didn't just find it required less code, they also said it actually improved the app's performance. A win-win. Need another dose of proof of just how fast this is? How about this? Meta, the company behind Instagram and Facebook, they built their entire Threads app from scratch in just 5 months. Think about that. That kind of speed for a major social media launch is basically unheard of, and it was Jetpack Compose that made it possible. Okay, so the tech is clearly impressive, but the big question is, are people actually using it? Is it catching on? The answer is a resounding yes. The proof is in the absolutely massive adoption we're seeing. I mean, the momentum here has been just staggering. It got its first preview way back in 2019, became ready for real-world apps in 2021, and from there, adoption just exploded. By the end of 2022, a respectable 16% of the top 1,000 apps on the Play Store were using it. But then, well, just wait till you see what happened next. And bam, look at that jump. By May of 2024, that number skyrockets from 16% all the way up to 40%. In less than 2 years, Compose went from being the new kid on the block to being used in nearly half of the most popular apps in the entire world. That's not just growth, folks. That's a full-blown revolution. And we are talking about the absolute biggest names in tech. Meta with Threads and Instagram, Airbnb, Disney+, Square, Lyft, Reddit, Twitter, Dropbox. The list just goes on and on. These aren't small, simple apps.
These are trusted, complex applications that have bet their entire future on Compose. But believe it or not, the story doesn't even end with Android phones. In fact, this is where things get really exciting. The ambition behind Compose, it's much, much bigger than just your phone. And here's where your mind might get a little blown. That same toolkit, that same declarative mindset, has broken free from its home on Android. Thanks to this project called Compose Multi-Platform, this whole new way of building UIs is now going, well, pretty much everywhere. And I'm not just talking about a couple of other devices. Developers can now use Compose to build apps for Android, of course, but also for iOS, for your desktop, Windows, macOS, Linux, for the web, for your Wear OS watch, for your TV, and even for the display in your car. It's one toolkit, one way of thinking for almost any screen you can possibly imagine. Which leaves us with this one fascinating final thought. For decades, developers have been chasing this holy grail, this dream of write once, run anywhere. With Compose Multi-Platform, that dream is closer than it has ever been to becoming a reality. So what does it mean when a single developer can build one app that runs flawlessly on your phone, your laptop, and your watch, all from a single code base? The future is being composed right now.